There we go. So we are recording, and I'm going to mute people, but if there's something you want to say, please speak up. So I'm just going to mute everybody now, just so that your dogs can bark and your kids can play. And I have it set so that you can unmute yourself, okay? I'm not that powerful. So I'm just going to jump in and I'm going to say, this is very exciting. I don't know if you guys feel the energy in the team, but I think it is absolutely incredible. And it's across we have people here who are our sisters and brothers in Plexus. We're not necessarily on the same team, but as we know, in one Plexus, that really doesn't matter because we're all working to the same goal to make sure that the sales are high in the company so that our profit shares are high as well. And we all share together in that. So I love that we are all working this together and that we get to meet people and just make new friends and all that good stuff. Like every day I get to have conversations with so many of you and, it's just fun. It's awesome. I love the community so much. And so tonight we're going to be talking about next steps for August. And I just didn't want to waste any time. When I got that email this morning, I was actually supposed to go to St. John to do some training tonight with some ladies there. And then that got postponed. And so this is great because this gives us an opportunity to kind of take a look at that email and decide, like, are you going to draw your line in the sand? Are you going to go gold this month? Are you going to re-rank to gold this month? And you know what? If you go silver this month, that incentive is still there. I think that's amazing. You can re-rank if you've fallen down and you have lost your points in your gold status. You can actually re-rank to gold this month. That is crazy. I've only ever seen them do that once since I've been with the company. And I think it's great because those achievement bonuses are called one-time achievement bonuses, meaning if you go behind in your points, you can certainly gain them back and no one will ever say you're not that rank again, but you can only achieve the bonus once. So I'm going to dive in and start talking about how, potentially we can all help each other to get this done this month, how you help your people, even if you're brand new, and how do you get yourself there if you're brand new. And so I'm just going to start by saying too that if you are new, please don't be intimidated by this at all because your upline is going to help you achieve this. This is the thing. When I say you're going to be working closely with people over the next 30 days to get this done, you're going to be talking with your upline every single day. And if there's an upline, maybe your upline isn't as active as you are right now, go to the next person up. Or go sideways if there's somebody in Freedom Revolution that you really seem to be bonding with, or don't stop because your upline isn't necessarily maybe as excited about this as you. Maybe they're in a different place right now than you. Maybe their goals are different than yours. That's okay. So I would invite you to get with that person. They're going to help you be accountable. They're going to help you figure things out. They're going to give you the words, the videos, the documents, and then you can really get this done. Okay. You can tell I'm excited about it because I've been thinking about it all day and percolating in my brain because I would love to see us all really, really push it this month and really get to that next spot that we want to be in. So if you're new and you're just getting started, then your goal this month is going to be to get out there and to be talking to people and get people to join your team. And the first rank that you'll achieve is silver. Okay. Silver means that you have 3 personally sponsored people under you. Sorry. Personally sponsored means that they sign up with you. That's all it means. And they're qualified. So that means they have 100 in PV, personal volume, and basically any 3 products that includes the Slim will make you qualified, okay? But we want to sign people up as much as possible with welcome packs because not only do we get them the very deepest discount right out of the gate, they get a $99 welcome pack, but they also get a success kit and they see that option to grow to grow a business, and that kind of thing. You get a business building bonus of $25 for a single welcome pack and $50 for a double welcome pack. So it really makes sense for you to promote the welcome pack and for those people then to also purchase it, because it's cheaper for them, the cheapest they'll ever see it happen. Okay, so once you go silver, that's when you start vying for gold. And by the way, when you go silver this month, again, what's going to happen is you're going to get a $100 bonus, which is normal. And then in September, if you retain your rank and stay silver with 3 qualified people, and you will, because you're going to add more and more level 1s, okay? Then you're going to get another $50 for retaining those 3 people. That's awesome. Very huge. So let's talk about how you get to gold. What is gold? All right. It's a very exciting rank. I remember that all I did, I just put my nose down and I just went for it. And I didn't really, all I cared about was that I was adding people and that I was encouraging people to go silver themselves. That's what I did when I went gold. And that made me go gold quickly. And if you want to go gold quickly, that's what you need to do. You need to sign people up with you with a welcome pack, and you need to really encourage them to get their 3 people and make sure those 3 people have the 100 PV, and you need to and teach them to duplicate that to the people that they sign up. And all of a sudden, you're going to grow your organization really big, really fast. Now, let's talk about how many people you need and what does it mean and how much money does that mean. So to reach this rank, you have to have 100 pay points. We get paid pay points, which are profit shares. And I'm not going to get too crazy into that because this isn't a compensation plan meeting. But suffice it to say that we share those profit shares I talked about at the very beginning of this meeting. That's what we share together. That's part of this one plexus, okay? So those 100 pay points that you need to earn, you get so many points per person that is qualified with 100 PV on your team, all right? Now, normally, what happens is your first month that you have somebody, if they have a welcome pack, then you don't get any points for them. You get a business building bonus instead. Okay, so I'll just make that clear at the beginning. So to reach this rank, you have to have 100 pay points, and you have to have 15 of those outside your primary leg. Now, I have a little graphic I'm going to show you so that I can explain what is outside your primary leg mean. To shortcut this a little bit for us. So I grabbed this graphic. I did not make it. I'm not responsible. I stole it. That's what I do with absolutely everything. So this is you, okay? And you'll notice that you have 3 ambassadors here that you've personally enrolled, personally sponsored. And you'll see that those 3 people right there are all qualified to get paid. Okay, so we assume that by this graphic. They each bring you 5 points. You're paid 5 points per person on your first 3 levels, and after that, the points go down per level, okay? So we're just going to focus on the first 3 levels right now. Notice that these 2 people have done no team growing at all. They don't have any ambassadors under them. But notice this person does. This person has got lots of activity happening. See? This is a leg of your team. These are your other 2 legs. You need 15 points generated from outside this leg in order for you to rank up. And that's a good thing. And the reason that that is there is for a couple of reasons, but the most important one is that proves our compensation plan is absolutely amazing, because you can't just kind of live off of one leg of your team, and it makes things much more equitable. So I really like that. I think that's a really great point. And really, if these 2 people, and the other thing that's so great about it is that you don't have to have just one other leg doing it. You can get your points from all kinds of other legs. So let's say you had 5 people and you had a combination therein where you had 15 outside of this person. So let's say this person had 10 and this person had 5, then you would be okay. It's just that you need to make sure that you have those points. I'm going to stop the share so I can see what's happening here. So you have those 100 pay points on your team, okay? And those 15 outside your primary leg. So that means not only one person can be bringing in points on your team. And those pay points, again, are only awarded when your people have 100 PD. So that's really important for you to understand. And remember that you get 5 points on your first 3 levels. And from there, like your level 4 ends up being 4 points, your level 5 is 3, your level 6 is 2, your level 7 is 1. And then at your level 8, you're going to be pretty darn big and it won't matter anymore. So that's how that works. Okay. And remember that in the welcome pack month, you get a business building bonus of $25. And the second month that they're qualified, you get 5 points per person on your first 3 levels. Okay. Is that clear? Can I get some nods or some shows of hands or some winks or something? Awesome. Perfect. Now this month we have an incentive. We have this crazy double rank up thing, which is, again, I've only seen it happen once. So basically the one-time achievement bonus is $250. Okay. That's what we normally would make for going gold as the bonus, plus all the fact that your team is growing and you're going to make more money in so many other ways. Okay. This month they're going to double it. So it's $500. However, what happens is when you achieve that gold status, Plexus is going to give you $400. And then if you retain those 100 pay points in September, Plexus will give you the remaining 100 points. Okay. Now I have a graphic for this too, so I'm just going to grab that real quick. Okay. I made this like 15 minutes ago. Okay. So that's why it's not very fancy is what I'm trying to tell you. So normal gold model, okay, that's what we're talking about right now. So you make $400 US in August, like I just mentioned. In September, you make $100 for retaining those pay points for a total of $500. So there's your $500, okay? Now, I'm going to stop my share because I want to see people's faces when I say this. Hang on. Okay. All right. So we've just talked about how to go gold, how you go gold, okay? We haven't talked about the conversations and stuff yet, but we will, I promise. I just want everyone to understand what is possible for you this month, okay? So I'm looking at some notes here. Make sure I get this right because I'm just vibrating. I'm so excited. So you may be thinking, I just joined. How am I supposed to get past those welcome pack business building bonuses into that second month of all those points? How would I do that this month? How am I going to do that? Well, the answer is it's doable. You can. It's called Fast Start Gold. So if you, just with a show of hands, who has heard of Fast Start Gold? Okay. So Fast Start Gold means that in your first 30 days, you go gold. All right. So if you joined us in the last little while and you haven't been with us for 30 days, then you qualify for Fast Start Gold. All right. Remember earlier when I said you're going to want to get with your upline this month and you're really going to want to really like put the pedal to the metal and really work hard with them and utilize the things that they can help you with, the resources that they have, the ways that they can help you fast track your conversations and get information and all that stuff. If you're going to go Fast Start Gold, you're definitely going to become very, very cozy with your sponsor this month or with whatever upline or sideline you choose to work with. But I would align yourself no matter what track you're going to take this month, whether you go Fast Start Gold, I'll explain it in a minute, or whether you go, you're on the normal track to gold, okay? My advice to you would be set yourself a goal, a strong, big, hairy, audacious goal, okay? A BHAG. Set it. This is my goal this month, okay? My goal is I'm choosing to do this. I am going to add one personally sponsored ambassador to my team every single day. If you think about it, that's 30 people, okay? 30 people. If I was just starting and I added 30 people, I would actually have 150 points. I would have more than Fast Start Gold. So you're allowing yourself a little buffer in there. Okay. Set a big goal and don't look back. Part of this, you know how you'll see Jules and other people in the company and people who are just really establishing their belief. They talk a lot about believing, and that is so true with this. Negative talk, allowing people to penetrate your belief system with sarcasm or negativism or whatever you want to call it. Don't let that happen. Keep your belief system strong. Keep yourself strong. If you need a pep talk on that, you come see me. Send me a message because I would love to help you with that. I have at times been very, very faulty at this. And it's what has held me back in the past. And I honestly can tell you that that belief is what will propel you forward. It gets you to conquer fear and conquer worrying about what other people think of you and worrying, oh, can I do this or any of that. Make a choice. Choose it, choose to do it, and set that goal. It doesn't have to be one per day for you if that's not something that you want to do right now, if you're not ready for that right now. But make it something that you believe in, that you believe. And if you need some belief poured into you, again, please contact me. I would love to help you with that. So if you're thinking, I just joined, I can't do this, here's the Fast Start Gold, okay? I want to explain this to you guys. So Fast Start Gold, I'm going to share my screen again. And I'm just going to go over to that Word document because it had a second page. So this is the Fast Start Gold model, okay? So basically with Fast Start Gold, remember I talked about the points? Well, the points don't matter if you go Fast Start Gold. You'll realize them in the next month. So in other words, you still sign people up with welcome packs and you get these mock points. You're not paid for them until they are realized, but they will let you rank up quickly. So I'm going to say that again. You're in your first month and you're signing people up. They get a welcome pack. You get a business building bonus of $25 for a single, $50 for a double, okay? Those people bring you those business building bonuses, and that's amazing, okay? And the other thing that happens is that you also get the points towards your gold ranks, your gold status, okay? You can't get paid for those points until the next month, but that's okay because you're still gonna go gold, okay? So let me take you through the earning potential for Fast Start Gold just so that you can see it, okay? August. So part of the incentive that Plexus has put out today is that in August, your Fast Start Gold bonus has always been $350 US. FSG is just Fast Start Gold, okay? $350. Then Plexus is awarding us $400 for ranking up to gold. You get the Fast Start 350 on top of that. And then you get a $100 silver bonus, which takes you to $850 US for growing your team to 20 people. Isn't that amazing? I think it is. In September, that $100 that was inherent up here for retaining the pay points and for seeing them through and for realizing them, you get the $100 for that. And you get the $100 pay point, which is crazy. Okay, so you will get paid that month for those pay points. And you get $50 for retaining your silver. That's $150. Okay, the pay point is on top of that. All those other ways of getting paid are different. These are just rank achievement bonus thingies. Okay, these are just for ranking. That had nothing to do with commission. It has nothing to do with business building bonuses. It has nothing to do with pay points. And this month, anybody that you sponsor who goes silver, you get a $50 bonus. And if you go Fast Start Gold, you're going to get some of those 50s as well, because you're going to have people that you're going to bring them to silver and they're going to help you go gold. Okay. So I'm just going to stop the shared screen again. Come back. All right. So that's what Fast Start Gold is. If you're already beyond Fast Start Gold, don't worry about it. This is what I did last month. I said, and I voiced it out loud on a training, I'm going to go Fast Start Gold this month. I'm going to do it. And guess what? I did. I didn't get the bonuses, but I had the team growth, and that was pretty cool. And I spoke it out loud. I believed it. I ran with it. And I just didn't look sideways. I didn't look backwards. I just put my blinders on and I went. So let's talk about how to grow like that. Okay. Again, I said this already once tonight. I am not doing anything that I've invented. This is all about duplication. This is not about me thinking that I know how to do everything. This is literally me copying off of people. When I started my business, I watched a Sarah Marble video where she was talking, and if you don't follow Sarah Marble, it's S-A-R-A, you really should take a look at some of her stuff. She is amazing. And she did a video, and I don't even remember which one it was now, but it just spoke to me. She was talking about, because I'm a public school teacher, so my time is limited, just like those of you who have careers and work, or maybe who have kids at home or whatever. We're all busy, right? And busy people get stuff done, let's face it. So I listened to the video, and she was talking about how when she started her business, how she fit it all in, because she was a busy nurse, an ER nurse at that. And she also has young children. So she talked about how she fit it in. And she said, at the time when I started my business, the show Parenthood was kind of a big deal. She loved it. And there were other shows that she watched every single night of the week. And she said, you know what? She said, I don't miss those shows. That was the time that I poured into my business. And look at her. Guys, she's a highly successful woman. She retired very young. She has all the things that everybody's looking for in terms of lifestyle. She has that time freedom. She has all those things. And she put it right in. And I felt like she was talking to me. It was crazy. And that was when I went, okay, well, I got to get off the TV and I know what I need to do. I do have time to do this. We do have time to do this. So let's talk about how to take that time and use it really efficiently, so that you can move fast. So what I want you to do is grab a pen, piece of paper if you don't have one, or maybe you just want to make notes on your phone or your tablet, whatever. The first thing that you need to do is you need to make a list. And I know you've heard this before, and I really don't care. I'm going to say it again. You need to make a list of 100 people that you know that are in your network. Okay, I'm going to grab my list here. I'm going to show it to you. Krista had put something on Freedom Revolution just about downloading I don't know why I never thought of this before, downloading your network, your Facebook network, your family, friends on Facebook, your friends list. Thank you. And I did that. I printed it off. And actually, guys, what's really cool about that list is that it actually shows you who has removed you, who you have removed, and the date that you added them, and all that stuff. So I printed mine off, all 46 pages. And this is how small the print is. 46 pages of that. If you think you don't have contacts, you do have contacts. And if you don't have to have 46 pages either, okay? I grew this network since starting my business. But you need to make a list of 100 people off of that list, and we all have it, whether it's contacts in our phone, Facebook contacts, Instagram, Twitter, people that you belong to at church, with a church, community involvement, your kids' activities. Make a list of 100 people, okay? And then I want you to star beside each of the top 10 names. I want you to put a little star beside those, okay? Now, if you want to really run and you want to go gold this month, I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to be bold, and I'm going to tell you, you need to reach out to all the people on that list, but reach out to those starred 10 first. And don't wait, because most people do not jump on your team the first time you talk to them. As a matter of fact, only 8% will. Okay? And so what you really need to do is you need to reach out to those people, and we can talk about what you're going to say in a minute. You need to reach out to those people and get conversations started, because they're not going to necessarily join you tonight or tomorrow, right? I'm going to quote Tammy Alby. I do it every time. But we're warming the soil. And we have to warm the soil, sometimes for some people longer because they're data collectors, or because they need a little bit more time, or because they're huge skeptics, or whatever their objection is. So you really need to give them time. So really, really reach out as soon as possible. Like if I was talking to myself right now, not caring what anybody thought, I would say to myself right now, okay, I'm doing that today. I'm going to reach out to those people today, because you really don't have time to spare. Like if you really want to get in on this month, that's what you're going to do. And those conversations are going to spark all kinds of things. First of all, some people are going to answer you right back. And they're going to be like, yeah, I was wondering what was going on there. Okay. You're going to have some people who are going to ignore you. You're going to have people who respond and say, yeah, I know, but I'm not interested. Thanks. You're going to get all kinds of different answers. Okay. And then knowing kind of what to say back. But let's talk about your initial message. So I hope you still have your pen, because what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to write this down, or some sort of abbreviation of this down. So, hi, Sally. I'm sure you've noticed my excitement on social media about my new journey. And then you might, depending on your relationship with Sally, you might want to put a little LOL, because obviously Sally's probably seen your posts. Okay. And I want you to say, Sally, I would love to share what is going on with me. Have you tried Plexus yet? Or have you heard of Plexus? That's it. You have not vomited Plexus on anybody. You have not sent those big long messages like I did at the beginning that were this long and 10 in a row. You've just made a few statements and you've asked a question. And we all know that good conversationalists can keep the conversation going with interest and question. That's how we have conversations with people. The other thing I want you to do is, I said paraphrase because that's how I might say it, but that might not be how you say it. You might be a person that you're an emoji person and you're like, hey, girly girl, and all that kind of stuff. Maybe that's what you want to say. Maybe that's how you want to speak to Sally, because that's the relationship you have with Sally. Think about the relationship. Think about the person that you're reaching out to, and really make it authentic for the relationship type that you have with them. And when you hear back from them, that's when you can keep that conversation rolling. And and honestly, guys, when people come back to you, generally speaking, if you ask them a question, they will answer it, especially one like that. And people will say to you, no, I haven't. What is it? Or no, I haven't. I haven't heard of it, or I haven't tried it, or whatever. And that's when you can really get the ball rolling. So next steps in that conversation would be, Plexus has changed my life. For me, that's what I would say. Plexus has changed my life. I used to say Plexus is a health and happiness company, and we have supplements that help people with BIG, which is blood sugar regulation, inflammation and pain, and oh my gosh, God help. So that used to be what I would say to people, but it has changed my life so much, and I can just shout it from the rooftop. So I just say it has changed my life. This company has changed my life for, so many reasons. I would love the opportunity to share more of that with you. And this is where you have a choice, okay? If you want to move fast, you can create a video. And I know that there are those of us on this call right now who've been doing this. Create a video that's no more than 2 minutes long, that explains your journey and explains what you're up to. If you want me to, I have a bunch of different ones. If you'd like, I can send it to you. Just let me know. And I know there's others on the call here. Julie, you've done this. And Erica, you've done this. And so if you would like examples, I'm sure you can reach out to those ladies, Erica Allen, Julie Collins, and they would send you their videos. Mark and Angela have them as well. And you can create a video so that, if you're reaching out to 200 people, you may not want to jump on the phone with all of them at first contact, okay? But always ask people permission when you send them a video, always, because otherwise they may feel a little bit spammed. So after this back and forth, ask them if you can send them a video. And just say, I'd love to send you a really short video about my journey. And I'd like you to think of a couple of questions that you might have about it, and I'll follow up with you after you've watched the video. I have time at this time or at this time, and give them two options. Okay? So I'm going to backtrack and say all that again. So you've reached out to them, you've asked the question, have you tried or have you heard of Plexus? They've come back with an answer. You ask them permission to please send them a video about your journey, and let them know that you'd like them to think of a couple of questions they may have for you, and ask them which time would be better for them to do a follow-up. And maybe not use the word follow-up, but ask them when they would like to have a conversation about the questions that they may have that pertain to your video. Okay? So that in itself keeps the conversation going. You created a sense of urgency, but you've given them a choice. So they're still in control in their mind and from where they sit. But you also have some control, because you're kind of directing them. You're telling them, what the next steps will be, without being pushy, without being, harsh or any of those things. So let that video go. And some people may not answer you back. I would have a 2-day rule on the follow-up. So if they don't answer you back about, about the 6 o'clock or the 8 o'clock or whatever choices you give them, if they don't answer you back, then what you need to do is wait 2 days and then ask them, hey, Sally, did you have a chance to watch that video? And I'd love to hear what you thought of it. Okay. And maybe they're going to come back with nothing, and they're not going to ask any questions at all, and the conversation will be dead. Maybe they're going to come back with, that sounds really interesting. I'm not really interested in the business, but the products sound really interesting to me. Can I hear more? And then you can keep that conversation going. That would be a really nice scenario. Another really nice scenario would be Sally comes back and says, oh my gosh, I would love to do this with you. I've been looking for a way to make some extra money. But those two things may not happen, right? So let's say Sally doesn't come back with anything at all. You're going to wait 2 days. You're going to message Sally back again. And you're just going to say this. Listen, Sally, this will be the last time you hear from me for a bit, but I really wanted to ask you something. I just really need to know, actually, because I'm really interested in knowing, is there something holding you back from talking to me about this? Is there something holding you back from talking to me about this? That's what you want to ask Sally. Okay. I also have used this, what is holding you back? That's a little bit more direct, and maybe not everybody would appreciate it as much. But if you ask her, I really just want to know, because I want to help you out, is there something holding you back? And that's when you're going to be able to have a conversation about objections. And there are so many objections. I don't know if you guys have seen the Jaclyn Stanley top 8 objections video. It is so good. JACLYN. I've revisited that video quite a few times. She's great. And the way she gives you such, it seems such common sense words to use. And they make perfect sense to me anyway. But that video is great for objections. And then also, of course, you're going to be in daily contact with your upline, and you're going to want to make sure that you're going to them with these objections, okay, and asking them for help. When you get to the point where you've gone back and forth and it starts to feel like a ping pong game, that's what you want to get out of that game. This is not ping pong. You want to get in front of that person. So you got in front of them with a video already. The next step is a phone call or a coffee meeting. Okay. And if that person's not proximal to you, in other words, you can't actually, meet them somewhere, then a phone call is great. Video calls are great. And that's a nice time to engage with your upline in a 3-way chat, 3-way call, 3-way video call, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Again, if your upline is not really working the business very much, and they're not really there, then reach up further, go further, go to your sideline, but make sure that you're engaging people. Why would you do a 3-way call? A, It's great training for you. It's on the spot training. B, it validates to your prospect, wow, this girl or this guy, I trust and like them, but wow, they brought this expert in to speak to me about this. This is super cool. Okay. And that's how most people will see it. Now, some people may be timid of a three-way call, and that's when that you're okay with that. You can't force the issue, obviously. So you just let them know that that's no problem at all, and you just move on from there. Okay. But try to at least get them on the phone with you, if nothing else. Okay, that's really important. And any network marketer who is really successful that I've watched trainings on, again, duplicating, that's the message that's sent. And honestly, in all my level ones, I've built my team wide. Most of my sign-ons have been done either over the phone because of geography or time, or they've been done at the Black Duck Cafe in Sackville, or my other office, Tim Hortons, or in the parking lot of Tim Hortons, right, Jamie? So it's just so possible for you guys to do this. You have to believe in yourself. You have to trust your upline and know that they're going to be there to help you. And what you're doing with your list of 100 is you're sifting through that list, and you're sorting through that list, and you're finding your people. Once you're going to start signing people up. If you reach out to this many people, you're going to get some great conversations going, and you are going to sign people up. And the next step for you is going to be to get as many of those people to silver as possible. Now, a common objection is, I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to run with the business. I can say that because that was me. When I started, I said that. I just want the cheapest prices. I want to feel good. I'm not interested in the business. Hardy har har, right? So I ran with the business because people noticed stuff about me and physical things about me. They didn't know what was going on inside, which was far more exciting. And I started to share because people asked me. Okay. And that may happen for you as well. But when I started sharing, like prospecting sharing, okay, when I started reaching out to other people, I found myself really only talking about product, and I never talked about the business. So don't be scared to mention the fact you're doing people a favor by letting them know that they can get a return on their investment in the first 30 days before they're ever charged interest on anything. They can get a return on their investment. They have 3 people sign up with them. That's the return on their investment. It's crazy. It's amazing. And you know what? One other thing I want to tell you guys is this. When you sign people up and people tell you, I can't share with my friends. It's okay to say, oh, that's fine. That's fine. And because you can always follow up with them the same way that you follow up with your prospects. Okay. The other thing that I think is really important in this whole process is that you create some sort of sheet. We do have IPA sheets. There's one on Freedom Revolution. There's one on my team page. I'm sure anyone who has a team page on this call probably has it there as well. Income producing activity is just a place for you to keep track of what you're doing that are activities that grow your business. It would be great for you to keep track so that you know who you're following up with next. You know who you followed up with that day. So really create some sort of calendar or some sort of binder where you can keep track of what you've done every day. Write the date at the top and write down what you've done. You will not regret it. And just do it as you're doing it. Keep track so that you don't end up leaving anybody behind that you should have followed up with. There are some staggering statistics out there that network marketers reach out to people once and don't go back. 40%. That's crazy, isn't it? 40% are not followed up with. I think that's pretty staggering. So you want to make sure that you're keeping track so that you know where you're at, because you're going to forget. You're not going to remember all 100 people. It's just not going to happen. Okay. Now, if you're thinking that's way too big for me right now, I can't do that right now. First of all, I know you could, but decide what your number is going to be and go for it. Okay. You all can do this. This is something that is there for all of us. That compensation plan is so crazy awesome. And there are so many ways for us to earn with it. You don't need to understand it all right now, but trust me, it is so amazing. And I don't earn all the ways, obviously, either yet, but I'm working on it. And it's just really, really exciting to get paid every week. And you guys are going to do great with this. So to recap, you want to grow your team as wide, meaning personally sponsored by you, and you want to encourage all those people to go silver, and they're going to help you build your team nice and deep. To go gold this month, you need 20 people with 5 points each. Let's focus on the first 3 levels. You need to get as many of your new people to silver as you can. You need to be in direct contact with your upline and really working together with them so that they can help you. There's never a bad time to contact your upline, and there's never a silly question, and there's never room for saying, I'm sorry, I'm bothering you, ever. My teammates sometimes will say, oh, I hope you don't mind. I'm so sorry. I'm like, stop. I love it. Please ask me questions. We're in this together. And, I reach out to my teammates too and say, like, what's going on with this? Or how do I do this? So we're in this together, guys. It's a one Plexus deal. I am going to, there. Okay. So that's what I had to say for tonight. I'm just wondering, I'd like to open it up to some questions. It's 9:15. Wow, I talked for 45 minutes. I'm really sorry. So I'm going to open it up, and hopefully don't be shy, please, to ask a question. Just unmute yourself. I won't unmute you all at once because it'll be a noise pollution issue, but unmute yourself and ask away. There's no silly questions. Don't forget.
Hey. Oh, sorry. You can hear me?
Yes.
The thing that you referred to on Facebook to print your friends list.
Yes.
And your contacts.
Mm-hmm.
Can you, I may have missed it, but can you share how to do that?
Yeah, let's do it right now. So I'm going to head over to my Facebook.
Tanya.
Yes.
It's Tammy. I think Krista tagged everybody that's on the call into the post as well.
Oh, good.
I think on Freedom Revolution.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you, Krista. Thank you. Okay, I'll zoom back over then. So Stacy, that it's really easy too. Like there's just, I'm just going to stop the share here so I can stop.
Okay.
It's really easy to do. And basically to make sure that someone's not trying to harvest your friends, they send you an email first and you have to go through like a little bit of a process, but it's very simple.
Okay.
Yeah. And you choose what you want to print off, and it's pretty awesome. It's so visual. Like when I saw that, I was like, what? Like, I mean, and you have to weed out your Plexus people from your non-Plexus people first, obviously. I had to do some searching on some of the names, but.
Okay. Yeah, because normally I would go under friends and look through everybody, and it'd take forever just to go through A's and then B's, and that would be much easier.
Yeah. It's been great. And it's good for your chicken list too, guys. Your chicken list is the people you're scared to reach out to more than others. Don't be afraid. I shouldn't use the word don't. Try not to be afraid to reach out to the people that you're scared to reach out to. Make them a priority. Sometimes we do this thing called prospecting down. Prospecting down means you play it safe. You only reach out to the people whom you know will not reject you. Challenge yourself to be bold. And you know what? You're all alone with your computer or your phone. Do a little silly dance after you've done it. If you feel weird, shake it out, whatever. But give it a try. I say that because I've done it. So give it a try.
Hi, Tanya. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I actually talked to somebody today about it.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the very first question they said was, but I was told it is very expensive. What would you say to that?
Interesting. Yeah. Cost objection is one of the top objections. So I say different things. It depends on the person I'm speaking to be honest with you. If I'm speaking with somebody that I know quite well, then I usually say this. I know how you, I start with something called Feel, Felt, Found, which is used widely in network marketing. So I feel is the first one. So I know how you feel. The next one is felt. I felt that way as well. But what I found is I can't afford not to take these products. They
Well,
have,
and that was kind of my answer too, right? Like, what can you actually put a price on health?
right, right. And the other thing that I have said as well is, you know, I actually have never paid for my products since I decided to share with others.
Okay.
Okay. And just give them a bird's eye view into, you know, if you have 3 people join you your first month, you make 175 US.
Yep.
So, you know,
Awesome.
and
Thank
plus,
you.
you know, plus customers or whatever, you're very welcome. And there's tons of other ways to answer to cost objection. Like I've heard Tim Thomas, who's somebody you should follow, Jamie. He's really great. They did a whole thing on objections and Rock the Pink Live. It's every Monday night at 10 o'clock our time. It's 30 minutes, highly worth staying up for. And one night he was talking about cost objections and he said, you know what I tell people? He said, I tell people I'd pay double. So it depends on who you're talking to, who's your audience, what's their personality type, how well do you know them, how bold can you be with them? Yeah.
And Tanya, I jump in here too as well to say that sometimes it truly is a cost objection.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's just another objection, but that was the quickest, easiest thing that they could say. So you have to be able to dig deep and figure out, is it really a cost objection? Or it's just like sometimes when people come back with, oh, well, that's a pyramid scheme. I mean, we're almost pre-programmed as skeptics, and most of us are skeptics. We're pre-programmed as skeptics to come back with these automatic objections that are widely used for a variety of products in a variety of situations.
Mm-hmm.
So just go into every conversation with, I'm going to get objections. How would I like to proceed with that? And I love, you know, Tanya already mentioned Jacqueline's video because she talks about you pose a reflective question, throws it right back to them. And you'll be able to hear, is it really a cost objection? Is it a stammering objection? Is it I'm going to lose face if I say yes too soon? Because that is a reality. Like, we have been programmed to object so much that there are people out there that are going to say no at first that really want you to dig because they want permission to say yes, but we're just so programmed to say no to everything. And one of the cost objections that has worked really well for me is, you know what? I didn't use supplements before this. I wouldn't even have known how to guess what a ballpark figure a month would have been. What's your ballpark figure? And see if they've even ever given it any thought, or if they really truly are just putting out there what they've already heard about Plexus.
Good. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
I'm a school teacher. I'm used to space and time. It's a great time to ask a question because there's so many experts on this call.
It's Vicki.
Hey, Vicki.
How are you?
I'm good.
How do you deal with trying to fit it into working full time? So like if you have a client that's asking you a question, and of course I can only answer at lunchtime or something, what do you do about that?
You want me to answer honestly, right?
Yep.
Okay,
I
so
appreciate honesty.
I teach high school, so my kids are more independent. And so what I do is they have a break at 10 o'clock, and I will grab my phone on that break just like they do. And I go into my audio closet and I do stuff in there from 10 until 10:10. Okay. In between classes, sometimes I grab my phone. Don't normally have time, but sometimes I do. And every day at lunch, I have rehearsals. So, and I'd never have a day without rehearsals. So while the kids are gobbling their lunch, I'm on my phone. They make fun of me. I'm on my phone more than they are. And I have teenagers in front of me. So that's, and then after school, I have extracurricular after school every single day. So while the kids are getting their horns out and getting music stands ready and all that stuff, my score prep is all done. I do it at the beginning of the school year, so I don't have any of that to do. So I literally just sit down in the corner and answer questions, whatever. And then when rehearsal's over, I grab my phone for a few more minutes and then I head home. And my kids are young. They go to bed early, like 7:30, 8 o'clock. And if I don't have a meeting or something like that, then I work my business till I go to bed. And that's just that's the truth. That's what I do. And I do a lot on the weekends as well, but I tend to focus on times when the kids are having downtime. So if they're watching a show, or if my daughter's at dance and I take her to dance, then I wouldn't necessarily be answering customers, but I might be listening to a video while I'm running, because I go running when she goes to dance. So I just use my time as efficiently as I can, and I do multitask a lot. But it's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah. Anybody else like to chime in on how they balance work and their job, their job, and their career in Plexus?
I'm actually switching jobs again.
Oh, you are?
Yep. I made a decision yesterday.
Wow.
I'll be doing a 5-on-3 off shift, and home. I'll be going in early, as in like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, but home by early to mid afternoon, and then 3 days off.
Wow. Wow. You and Erica and I need to talk. That's great.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I
Thank you.
actually just, while this meeting's going on, I actually just got a message popped up here on my Facebook from somebody who's I've been talking to before, and she just messaged me and asked me, is Plexus something I have to do for the long haul? What should I respond to her?
I would love it. I know there's lots of people on this call that could answer that. Would someone else like to answer that?
Hi, this is Jill. I don't know, people might have different opinions about this, but Plexus is something she can do as much as she wants to for as long as she wants to. But if she's able to have a little taste of success, I doubt very much that she'll be too concerned about what the long haul will be, especially if she's got that incentive that's happening now. So you could say you can do it for as long as you want, but wait till you hear what's being offered this month. And if she's really into it, or he's really into it, then I don't think the long haul will be too much of an issue for them, in my opinion.
That's kind of what I thought too, but I was just curious as to what other people might say, just because that message just popped up.
Yeah, I get that question a lot too, Erica.
Yeah. And she's a paramedic actually down in St. Andrews, so so I don't know what her schedule is like, but
Well, she is a shift worker, so she's tired and her rhythms are off, so she probably doesn't sleep the best when
No,
she
yeah,
even is off. So if she is able to sleep, probably many things would look good after she gets a good sleep. So, and has a little bit of energy to do some things when she's actually off.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Thank you.
Welcome.
Well, listen, guys, we're going on 9:30, so that's our hour. I would like to thank you guys for jumping on tonight, and it's great to see, so many of our friends from our sideline here too, and I'm really excited for you guys for this month. If there's any way that, if you guys need anything from me, or if there's anything that I mentioned tonight on the call that you want a copy of, please let me know, including those videos that we talked about. And I wish you guys great success this month. I cannot wait to see this team continue to blow up. So let's rank up and go. Woo! Anyway, have a great night, everybody. Thanks for attending. See you later.